Okay, we're actually on a little hike. I decided to put the book down and read later while I've got some sunlight. I wanted to take you all to see something here at Lost Maples State Park. I know a lot of people come see the maples, obviously. But they missed a lot of the geology. Yeah, they go see the monkey rock, and that's kind of cool, especially for the kids. I'm being quiet because my neighbor over here is taking a nap, I think. I think what I might do is hook my 200 or 20,000 milliamp hour phone recharge battery up to this camcorder tomorrow as I hike out, so that it keeps the charge. This camcorder does have a USB port connection on it, so I can plug it in to a cord and plug the cord into my battery in the pack and power this as I hike. That way I make sure the battery doesn't die. As it is, this battery's already down by 1/3, and you've seen how little I've actually recorded. 10-15 minutes worth so far. Composting toilets is right over here. It's a little walk, but it beats a cat hole. There's more campsites here, more options I could have chosen from. There's that one over there, kind of open. Of course, all this grassy area people could camp in, but most people want to camp in among the trees. There's their toilet. A Clivis toilet. Composting toilet. Anyway, what I wanted to take y'all to go see is down this trail. Wow, we have some sunlight. Although, I think most of it's going to be in shadow already. We still should be able to see it. Something I've already thought was cool about this place. So the geology around here, it's all limestone. Former seabeds, obviously, from way back when. Cretaceous, I think. I used my geology class in college to take naps most of the time. Anyway, so no bikes beyond this point. You know why? Because you go up that hill pretty soon after this point. But what I wanted to show you, yeah, it might be down here. Gotta take the sunglasses off. It's getting dark. An area they call the Grotto. You can see the big overhanging rock there. A similar formation to what created the monkey rock, which I saw earlier, but I guess the recorder wasn't working. I'll have to record it on the way out tomorrow. But big mushroom-like bulbous rocks hanging over the the river, the lowest point of the river down there. Looks like it's got a little bit of water and something just skidded across it, a bug or something. So somebody lives down here. But this is an important source of water, being that this is overhung by rock, and in the afternoon it's in shade and there's all these trees. There's almost always water down here. And these ferns like this don't usually grow around in Texas, but here are some. Obviously there's difference in the rock layers because of the way the shelf forms, and water seeps out of different layers. I can actually hear drips every now and then. But there's more I want to show you down ways. So let's go back up to the trail and go down a little further. Most people that come out here to Los Maples, though, they don't look at this stuff. They might look at Monkey Rock just because it looks like a monkey, but they don't see all the other cool stuff here in the rock formations. Actually, what I'm thinking about might actually be closer to Monkey Rock. I might have to find it tomorrow on the way out. I'd ask you to remind me, but you won't be able to. Yeah, it's definitely down towards Monkey Rock. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been here. I have been to Los Maples quite a few times in my life. In fact, it's one of the state parks I've visited the most, state natural area. But there aren't a lot of people that see what I'm looking for. Maybe it's down this way. Don't mind the squeaking, that's just the tripod. You know, I bet it is down here because there would have been a sign for it. And it's right before the trail turns to go up the side of the hill. Yeah. Trail marker. So here's where you actually cross Sabinal River. And you do get your feet wet a little bit, but not much. You can see the Sabinal River isn't much of a river here. But I imagine during a flood this fills up pretty good. But it is flowing. Not much. But it is a pretty little trickle. Life sustaining for the wildlife and plants around here. This actually reminds me a lot of what I saw on the Gila River in New Mexico when I went there this summer. Thought that canyon's very similar to this one in a lot of ways. Although there's a lot more water in that one. Higher elevation. The elevation here peters out just a couple hundred feet above where I'm at now into the Edwards Plateau. Our roaring Sabinal River down there. A lot of oaks here. There's some maples around. Some maples. Got to cross the Stapenall again. See, I bet most people don't even come this far. Frogs jumping. These frogs are a lot smaller than the ones that were at the Gila. So, just turn the camera on so y'all can see me hiking here, because I am the star of the show. Actually, where I go is the star. I'm just the facilitator to get you there. Places that old fat guys like me don't often get out to. But when I was younger, I came out here a lot more than I do. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is what I came to show you. No, it's not the bench. It's the grotto behind the bench. Alright, so somebody left their map here. Leave no trace, I'll pick it up. Put it in my pocket. But this is what I want to show you. The grotto here is really cool. And I don't know why, look at all the acorns. I don't know why they don't put this in the material about this place. But those things, that's what I wanted to show you. This is one of the few places I have ever heard of or seen. In fact, it's the only place I've ever seen where you can find stalactites. Yes, honest to goodness, stalactites. See the water dripping off of them and everything. There's one. Zoom in on it. That thing is growing. The limestone is being deposited by every drop of water into these stalactites. And here we are at ground level. River going through, trees growing next to it. And there's stalactites on the underside of this cave. And yes, it technically is a cave. And those technically are stalactites. Now, the only reason there's not stalagmites underneath is because they're dripping into the river. See if I can catch some of the drops. I don't know if you can see them, but I'm seeing them dripping into the river. And that's kind of cool. And I don't think most people, that when they didn't even come to this park, ever come this far. And if they do, they probably don't even notice these rocks forming here. Somebody's dog's been down here. Probably the big German Shepherd I saw earlier that lady said was not friendly. But look at this one. You zoom out a little bit. There's a tree. Give you some scale. There's some sort of growth coming off the cliff face. And then there's this massive stalactite. Now, it's kind of risky to walk in the water here because I don't want to get my boots wet because I didn't bring any extra socks. Bad me. But look at that thing. That stalactite is so cool. So if you ever get a chance to get to Lost Maples, keep going past where everybody else turns around and come check out the stalactites in the open air. How old is that thing? And you can see, I don't know if you can see because of the way the shadow is. Let me zoom in here a bit. They're growing right now, drop by drop. That is so cool. So come to Lost Maples State Natural Area near Vanderpool, Texas. Hike about 2 miles up the trail and check out the stalactites. You will not be disappointed. I've been here on a hot summer day and it's so cool. The ferns on the side of this cliff are growing. They're dissolving the rock. And the water's dripping and creating these stalactites. It is so freaking cool. Get yourself here. Get yourself a couple quarts of water. I don't care if it's 105 degrees in the summertime. Make the trip. It's worth it. I can't say enough because the words just aren't good enough. And that thin little rock up there, thin shelf, the tree growing out of it. Anyway, that's the grotto. Come out here, bring you lunch, sit on the bench, enjoy the dripping water. Maybe if you sit here long enough, you might see some wildlife. Just to see the stalactites, it's worth the $6 admission fee to come walk this park, just to see them. The trees are cool, and in the fall they're gorgeous. But even without the trees, this place is magical. Anyway, that's the grotto. Come see it. I'm gonna head back to my campsite now. This battery's got about half charge left, so you don't need to see me walk back the trail. But I'm gonna walk back. It's probably getting closer to dinner time. It was like 5 something, maybe half an hour ago, 5:30 about now probably. By the time I get things set up to eat dinner, I'll be good and hungry. Got some sort of chicken dish, chicken and rice. I'll show you when I prep it. I may even let you watch me eat part of it. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm gonna make my way back to camp.